In 390 AD, Jerome was translating Psalm 51 when one word stopped him cold. He wrote, "For 20 years I misunderstood David's prayer. He wasn't asking what I thought." The Hebrew reveals something so extreme. Most translators soften it. You've prayed this psalm your whole life, but you've been praying it wrong. The English hides what David actually requested. And that hidden word explains why your sin keeps returning while his never did. Why? There's a problem with the translation. Psalm 51 verse 2. David says, "Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin." Sounds like spiritual hygiene, soap and water for the soul. But David didn't use the common word for washing. He used furnace language. The Hebrew is tsaraph, and tsaraph has nothing to do with water. In ancient Israel, this word meant one thing: smelting metal. Gold goes into the furnace corrupted. Fire consumes the contamination. Pure metal comes out. Tsaraph wasn't cleaning. It was reconstruction through extreme heat. David looked at his sin, Bathsheba, murder, the cover-up, and knew something most people never grasp. This wasn't behavioral. This was bone deep. Confession couldn't reach it, sacrifice couldn't cover it, willpower couldn't break it. So David prayed something terrifying. Not forgive me, not wash me, smelt me, put me in the furnace, burn until only you remain. That's far beyond forgiveness. That's asking God to melt you down and reshape what's left. And the Hebrew grammar intensifies it. David isn't requesting one pass through fire. He's requesting repeated refinement, however many rounds it takes, until zero contamination remains. Now think about your pattern. Same cycle, same shame. Years, you've been treating a furnace problem with soap. Surface cleaning can't reach deep corruption, that's why the cycle never breaks. You're applying water to what only fire can fix. David discovered the way out. Stop asking for comfort, start requesting heat. But this is why most people won't pray what David prayed. Soap is comfortable, furnace is not. Soap leaves you enslaved, furnace leaves you free. Pray this: God tsaraph me, not surface washing, furnace heat, I'm contaminated gold. Refine me until nothing impure remains. I accept the fire for the freedom, in Jesus' name. Say it out loud, your freedom is waiting. In 387 AD, Augustine was battling lustful thoughts when he discovered 3 Greek words that changed everything. He wrote, "For years I begged God to remove my thoughts. Then I found Paul's military manual. We're not supposed to pray thoughts away, we're supposed to hunt them. Most believers are prisoners, but Paul reveals you're the warden with a spear. And here's what nobody tells you. Every thought that torments you thinks you're its prisoner. But Paul says you're holding the weapon. Satan convinced you to negotiate with thoughts, but you're supposed to be taking prisoners. If you've been battling the same thoughts for years, if your mind feels like a battlefield you're losing, I'm going to show you the Greek word that turns you from victim to captor. But first, you need to understand Roman prisoner capture. Roman soldiers used spear point capture, immediate submission. 1 second free, next second prisoner. This is what Paul commanded for your mind. The verse is 2 Corinthians 10:5. Taking every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. Most men think this means redirect your thinking, but Paul didn't write it in English, he wrote it in Greek. And what he actually wrote is a military capture manual. But before I show you what captive actually means, there's something you need to understand. When Romans captured prisoners, they didn't negotiate. They used immediate violent seizure. Now you're ready to understand the word Paul used. The Greek word is aichmalotizo, and aichmalotizo doesn't mean manage thoughts, not redirect, not control. Aichmalotizo means to capture at spear point like prisoners of war. Paul is saying, you're not the prisoner, you're the warden, hunt thoughts like war criminals. Here's what changes everything. When Paul says aichmalotizo, he's declaring, you're the hunter. You don't debate with them, you capture them. Your mind is a prison for rebellious thoughts. You're not hoping thoughts leave, you're chaining them. Here's what the enemy knows. Captors who hunt thoughts with aichmalotizo are unstoppable. So he keeps you thinking you're the victim, negotiating with thoughts instead of capturing them. That's why he taught you to manage your thought life, instead of showing you Paul's military command. The enemy can handle Christians who manage thoughts, but he cannot handle believers who imprison thoughts with aichmalotizo. Declare this right now. I am aichmalotizo, the captor. Every rebellious thought is my prisoner. I am the warden. My mind is a prison for enemy thoughts. In Jesus' name. Say it out loud. Because the enemy needs to hear who's in charge. If you just became the warden instead of prisoner, type aichmalotizo, I capture, in the comments. Not for the algorithm, for your freedom.